And I want to give you a few comparisons here to give you examples of, first of all, what it was like for people 200 years ago. And then I want to give you some real comparisons of what it's like for people today, right now, who live in the lower tiers of society to you, and what that means. So 200 years ago, just to give you an idea, in a working class family in industrial England, a typical workday was 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 6 days a week. Work was dangerous, dark, most likely in noisy factories, and there were no safety standards like we have today. Injuries were common, skilled workers earned just enough to feed their families, and unskilled workers take lower paying jobs, barely scraping by. Families lived in cramped buildings, often sharing 1 or 2 rooms with 5 to 10 people. There's no running water. It was shared outhouses amongst people living within a community. Air is polluted with coal smoke, and diseases like tuberculosis spread easily. Drinking water often comes from contaminated sources that led to outbreaks of cholera and dysentery. So already you can see that is so much worse than today. And this is only 200 years ago. I'll keep going though. So food, basic food like bread, potatoes, and gruel, which is thin porridge. Meat is a luxury. Fresh produce is unaffordable. And malnutrition is common, especially amongst children. Most children can't go to school. Kids as young as 6 or 7 have to work in factories, mines, or as chimney sweeps to help the family make ends meet. And work is physically demanding and dangerous. Healthcare basically doesn't exist for the working class. Public hospitals are overcrowded and unsanitary. And diseases like cholera, dysentery, and tuberculosis will kill you if you get them. I could go on and on. There's so many things here that I could go on and on about. Working 6 days a week allows no time for entertainment, especially because back then it was men in the workplace. If you were a male and it was your job to provide for your family, all you did was work. You didn't go to the footy or the cricket or the soccer or whatever sport you like. If you were lucky, you'd go to the pub with your mates on your day off. But usually you'd spend your time off with your family because it's the one day off you get before you're back at work again, working all day. So life 200 years ago was pretty bleak. Now today, because you might go, well, that's 200 years ago and the world has moved forward, and thank goodness. Another thing to be grateful for. Today, if you're in the 70th percentile, and what I mean by the 70th percentile is 30% of the world's population are better than you, but 70% have it worse off.